Hello, fellows. How's everybody doing today? The link is in an email and in a certain app that nobody likes anymore. Trying to spam it here, but of course, takes its sweet ass time. Well, I'll keep trying it in a second here. I think it just takes a few minutes for the broadcast to be live, of course. It's just part of the deal. Let's try. That should do the trick. All right. Watch Lounge, good to have you here, man. So, how the hell is everybody doing today? Hansi? What's shaking, dude? Hello, Clive.
Hey, Flippin', how you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Actually, kind of looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. It's getting to be the highlight of my week, you know?
Absolutely. Just a nice quiet watch, talk among friends without, any mention of Stellatio.
Yet, so far.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Howdy, blue shirt.
Hey, Zippo. How are you, my friend?
Man? I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Afternoon, Clyde.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hey, James.
Hey,
James.
How is everyone?
Good. How about you?
Doing well. This should be an interesting episode. Unfortunately, NS something is a little under the weather and is not going to be able to make it. I have all his news stuff, so I will do my best the best job possible of filling in for him. Although I will probably muck it up pretty bad, but we'll get through it as best as we can.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Hi there, Blue Shirt. Hi there, James. You well? Hi there, Clive. Hi,
Hey.
Flippin. You well?
Hey, man.
Yeah, you just mentioning about NS being absent today.
I am, and I'm going to try and do a very poor imitation of him. But
apologize to the punters that we're not going to be doing as good a job as he is.
Right, because I just saw these watches less than an hour ago. So.
Me too. I've been scribbling some notes down and trying. I don't think I know we're not going to be doing as good a job as NS.
No. I started scribbling, and then I was just like, you know what? We'll just look at them, and I'm going to read, read part of the reviews, and we'll just go over them one at a time.
That'll work.
So.
Clive already knows it's not going to be as good as NS's presentation. So
that's right.
He's doubting us already.
So hello everybody out there. Chris, the Watch Lounge, Orange Hand, Geezer. What's up, my friend?
Yeah, welcome everyone.
Maynard Joseph, Clam Walker, Hands, Knees, and Toes. How are you, pal?
Great to see you all.
Yeah, just visiting. Junior Johnson, what's up, my friend? Luxter Dexter, what's up, guys? Tennessee Mike, thank you for joining us. Neville Grimshaw, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody.
I'm trying to decide if I should sell my little oyster quartz or not.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's up to you, Clive. What do you think? Do you want it? Do you need it? Is it
Do I
surplus
need
to
it?
requirements?
It's a great little watch, but I kind of think with a quartz, you have to keep an eye on it on a regular basis.
Right,
Yeah.
right. ID guy, welcome.
What's up,
Hi,
gentlemen?
ID guy. You well?
How are we all?
We're
Yeah, not doing
we're a
too
little
bad.
nervous, ID guy. We're a little nervous.
Don't
'cause,
worry,
uh,
I'm here to hold your hands if needed.
we're gonna need that. We're gonna
Don't
need
worry.
it.
Great.
I can tell you the
Good.
secret to the exercise is to wing it, and you'll find that the best results happen.
Well,
when you least expect it.
We are definitely going to be winging it because we
We are.
got big shoes to fill.
Cool.
So
I'm loving the avatar ID guy.
Took weeks. I must say, it took weeks and weeks of preparation and deliberation, and there's still a few little things I need to fix up in places, but overall, it's come out better. It proves the naysayers wrong that I am in fact a designer, and it's worth. The tiger fish is a thing, and it's art in the purest sense. I need to actually get a full screen image to show you guys. It's pretty funny.
Please do.
yeah, make them big, Zippo.
I thought
Yeah,
the Pelagos had a lot of text on the dial.
Oh no, there's literal War and Peace on this dial. That's actually chapter 1 of War and Peace on the dial. I can read it to you if you like. I thought might as well be literal, and it's just beautiful. It encompasses nature. It encompasses the beauty of the tiger and the fish and their hands. The hands are their tails, and it's just so beautiful in that way. I tell you, it was all of 5 minutes work last night. I thought, hey, I need to have something entertaining on the show.
That is all you, my friend. That is all you. That's awesome.
We need a good scoop.
I'm liking the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9. The subtle ID. I think that's quite cool.
Yes, isn't that clever?
Yeah. So clever. Tell you have to put your branding on it as much as possible. I should have put it on the dial too, just to push more people off. Yeah, it was good. And say hi to everyone in the chat. Jeez, how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? It's a good way to start the talk. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Having a chilled Sunday.
Yeah, as is. It's pouring on the south coast. I'm sure most in the UK can relate.
It's been raining here, yeah.
Yep.
Been rough.
Rain. What is rain?
Exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't happen too often in the flyover states.
Dust balls. Yeah. So, gents, what's the plan of action? We have news. We have some watches to talk about.
I'm loading up the private chat.
I was just going to start us off with a little watch I got in, which was an Ingersoll.
How many watches do you get, man? I swear you get like one a week. It's amazing.
Yeah, this is a Radiolite by Ingersoll, Radiolite was the first glow in the dark watch.
Sorry, what's it called?
It looks very dark.
This is the Ingersoll Trenton. It's a 43 millimeter, 50 meter water resistant. It's 14 millimeters thick. It's a Horween leather strap. It's a trench watch, and it's these were going for $225 on the watchshop.com. They're now going for £99, sorry.
That really looks good. Definitely looks like a trench watch all the way through.
Yeah, it's given me. I've been wearing it, and it's been giving me that feel for a Breguet. I've been really getting into it.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it.
Yeah, the first military watch, which was designed with the involvement of the armed forces, was made by Ingersoll as well, and they also made the smallest existing pocket watch. It's a great grab-and-go quartz trench watch. It's a quartz one. I think it's using a Ronda movement. I'll just give you. It's lovely. It's only a a quartz, as I say, but it's
Mhm.
a lovely one. It's 43 mil across, and I'll just give you a
43.
quick,
Okay.
43. I'll give you a quick wristwatch check.
It's better than 50 mils across, I reckon. It's nice to see you slimming down a bit with the sizes, just to 43.
Now, Thomas, your audio keeps cutting out. That's called an imbecile.
Really? Oh, that's not good.
No, we're
But
kidding.
yeah,
We're pulling a leg.
Yeah, he's just kidding. You're fine. Go ahead.
I found it a really nice watch to wear. To be honest with you, as I say, it's giving me that feel for that Breguet look. To be honest with you, it's dip my toes into that Breguet feel. But it is
Very much one of those early pilot pocket watches from back in the day.
Yeah, it's that pilot style
gonna
sort of trench watch
I
feel
was going
to
to say it kind of mimics the look of the 6498 with the sub-seconds at 6, I believe.
6498. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Because I think the 6497 is the one with the sub-seconds at 9. I believe so. I may be incorrect. The old ETA, the old ETA pocket watch movements.
Wow, you know your references. That's cool. It's nice
Yep.
seeing the pieces on the screen.
And it is a faithful recreation of a trench watch. So do you feel an urge now to stand in a dirty ditch and poop in a bucket?
Yeah, I feel I need to sign up sign up to the army and go
baby poo brown
do my
fatigues.
service. Yeah.
How do you like that onion crown, Thomas?
I love them. I think they're great. Really nice to feel. Really nice and ergonomical. Really easy to change the time on it, and it's a really nice feel to it.
Do you find with it being a 43, the crown protruding digs in a bit, or do you find it
That's what I was
okay?
going to ask.
Not at all. No, not really. No. I find it was. I didn't think it was 43. To be honest with you, it feels a lot smaller. It's
The black dial probably brings down the presence.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's right, ID guy. I think you're right there.
Yeah,
but it's a lovely watch. It's great, nice watch to wear. It's but as I say, as a quartz grab and go, it's a great one. Great bang for buck. Yeah, so that was just a watch I wanted to show you.
Nice.
So
Very nice.
back to business.
Yeah, I'm keen to see how this goes. Blue Shirt being the moderator, being the presenter, it's going to be fun. Look forward to listening to this.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, all right.
You've got a lot of experience with that with the AC3 channel, don't you?
Exactly.
You tend to host that most of the time.
I mean, you don't only conduct, but you also have to condone, and you have to, you do the full job. So it'll be good to hear Blue Shirt on full form today.
We shall see.
Now we can all step away. Now we can step away from the live stream for 30 or 40 minutes, not worry about it.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, Thomas, you're done. Shall we move on to what's new?
Yeah, have you put those links? I'll just switch from my phone
I
to my
have.
computer. There will be a second.
Okay.
Right.
All right. We'll just kill some time until Thomas comes back in. I've loaded in the private chat, Sippo, what Ennis has sent in. So we're going to. Yeah, go ahead, James.
I'm just going to say, no, I've just looked. I've just seen the first one. That is beautiful.
We're going to start off with the Glashütte original, and this is the Alfred Hellwig Tourbillon 1920. This is really, really a beautiful watch.
Yeah, it's very subtle. I like it.
Invented in 1920, the German watchmaker Alfred Hellwig, the Flying Tourbillon marks its 100th year anniversary this year. To commemorate the occasion, Glashütte original. Hellwig spent most of his career in Glashütte, including several decades teaching the town's watch school. Okay, this is limited to 25 pieces. The Alfred Hellwig Tourbillon 1920 is paired on the front, but smartly executed on the reverse with the caliber 54-01 ticking away inside. Not only does it have an extra long power reserve, 100 hours, the caliber 54-01 is finished to a high standard that is recognizably superior to earlier Glashütte original tourbillon movements. Let's see. This is the third tourbillon watch Glashütte original has launched this year. Although they've had countless tourbillon models in its catalog over the years, with most being fairly short-lived, what really excels they are fairly affordable, well-made watches like the 60 series. Compared to the tourbillons unveiled earlier in the year, both of which were decorated with extensive floral engraving, the tourbillon 1920 appears less elaborate. Although the movement is finished very well and very traditionally, the finishing does look excellent. But the mere bag of shekels, 135 U.S. American dollars, $135,000 price tag feels a bit steep for a Glashütte original.
I'm sorry. Let me take a drink of water while you tell me that price again.
That's 135,000 U.S. American dollars.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Not that bad.
I mean, it is a tourbillon, guys.
I mean, it is a house.
Euros.
And it is only 25 pieces.
Only
It's ridiculous.
Made. Yeah, 25 pieces made. It's an 18-karat rose gold, and it's a hand-wound movement. It's beautiful. 40 millimeters across, 100 hours power reserve. I mean, invented in 1920 by German watchmaker Alfred Hellwig. The flying tourbillon marks its 100th-year anniversary this year, and because Hellwig spent some of his time in Glashütte, including several decades teaching at the Town Watch School, Glashütte have unveiled this watch with the flying tourbillon, celebrated that, and it's a beautiful-looking watch.
The question you have to ask is: does the tourbillon deserve to be in the front, or does it deserve to be at the back? When you're spending that kind of money on a tourbillon, you want to see that sucker.
That is always the question. I think.
I mean, Laurent Ferrier did recently, didn't they? With one sports watches, for the tourbillon at the back, which was a surprise to a lot of people. But they thought, why aren't they showing it off? But you're right.
I guess in a way, we're talking about something that is the epitome of simplicity and elegance, and it's a dress watch, and it's for tuxedos, and you don't want to be someone who flashes that kind of stuff around generally. So I guess that's their German way of restraint, in a sense.
Right. And
but
keep going. Go ahead.
You look at brands like Lange; they put tourbillons in the front. They do both. They actually do both approaches. So it's a bit weird.
All I was going to say is if you're at a formal occasion and the tourbillon's on the front, you might be tempted just to stare at that tourbillon all night long.
Yeah, bit of a distraction. And Giza mentions that Patek hides most of their tourbillons. It's true. And normally they have minute repeaters attached to them as well. They're just ridiculous. Patek movements.
If it had any more German restraint, it'd be held in a camp.
Exactly.
But as Thomas was saying, it's a beautiful watch. For that kind of money, I think I would
just a little steep.
Yeah, I would probably choose something else. But it's as tourbillon goes, it's a fairly small watch. It's only 40 mils and it's 11.6 millimeters high. So
even I could wear it. That's amazing.
Yeah. So most tourbillons are fairly big watches, 44s, 42s. As Thomas said, it's 18-karat rose gold, sapphire crystal, 30 meters water resistance. Hand winding beats at 21,600, which is 3 hertz. It's got a power reserve of 100 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing when you think of that. I mean, hand wound, 100-hour power reserve. What is that in days? Me and my maths. Can't do it on a Sunday. I'm not even going to try.
4.5
it's about
days.
5 days.
4.5. Yeah.
4.5, 5 days. Yep.
Yeah.
So limited to 25 pieces and available this month from boutiques and authorized resellers. So it's definitely nice. And remember, everybody, that Geo is the original Langa and Zon. So
Yeah.
it's nice. It's a really nice looking watch.
I love seeing these progress shots too. It's always nice seeing them behind the scenes, highlighting the pieces being made, those elements. Some brands did better than others.
Released in 25 pieces. Wait a minute. Who owns Wasuta?
I don't know. What group?
That's
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I understand.
All right.
Are they a Swatch
Has
brand?
anyone owned Glasuta?
Nope.
I have
What's that?
not. I've tried them on. I've seen them at Watch Time the 2 years that I went. I tried on that orange sunburst 60s model, and that literally
That's a
took my
mind
breath
blow.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Gorgeous,
that's an
isn't it?
amazing
Yeah.
watch.
Beautiful.
I think Jin has one.
Does he?
Panamatic 60s.
Yes,
he does,
that
yeah. I
was
think
it,
he does.
Thomas.
I think he does. He has the more restrained version though, just a black dial with white. It's a very nice piece, and it has a large date. I think it has an offset large date on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the reference.
All right. Shall we move on to the next one?
Go for it.
You might need some more water for this one, Clive, with the price tag of the next one.
Yeah, this one is a big,
Where
certainly
are
a
we
big
going?
one, this
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Are we going to Breguet?
We are going on to Breguet, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Everyone take
wow.
a drink. Everyone take a drink.
Yeah, this one is
Double tourbillon.
Yeah. This is the Classique Double Tourbillon 5345 Quad de l'Horloge. I'm sorry in advance for messing that up and not pronouncing it as well as Ennis something would have. So we have a 44 millimeter watch by 17.05 millimeter tall.
I think it's a 46 millimeter. This one. It's quite a big one. It's a
Oh,
big
right.
one.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
46 millimeters.
Right. Yeah, this is really a big watch because it's a tourbillon. Right. It's 46 millimeters by 16.8 millimeters. And this is made out of platinum with a sapphire crystal. 30-meter water resistance.
Good for diving.
Yeah. Running the caliber
I mean-
588N. Running at
I
2.5 hertz.
I don't know why they bother putting water resistance on watches like
Exactly.
this, because
Yeah.
You're not
Exactly.
going to be putting them anywhere
Right.
near water, are you?
Exactly.
Right.
No.
If you're washing your hands, you better take this thing off.
If you're
Damn
getting
right.
it,
Yeah. Sorry, Blue Shirt. Carry on.
No. God, please chime in, Thomas.
Yeah, I
'cause,
mean, well, this is a skeletonized dial as opposed to the 2006 version that they released, which had a gear shade dial.
hmm.
It's got the caliber 588N hand-wound movement in it. It's platinum, as Blue Shirt says. It's got an engraved case back, like the MB&F we saw last week, and
Right.
it's got. It's just stunning to look at. It's fascinating. It's just
Yeah, got to say that what's beautiful is that it still looks like a Breguet, even though it is just
Yeah,
so
correct.
cluttered.
Yeah.
It still has that language to it in the way that the dial's done.
Yeah,
I mean, usually I'm not a big skeletonized fan, but this is very, very interesting.
It's
And
very crazy. Hey, I mean, it's literally two full movements almost. But you got two mainsprings, you got two
Right.
tourbillons.
right.
How did
Right.
it work?
And you get all that in one watch for a measly $680,000 US dollars.
That's $15,000 per millimeter of the watch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, mic drop exactly.
So, ID guys, he's ordering two of them.
That's the plan.
Yeah, 628,000 Swiss francs. This one.
That's ridiculous.
But those engravings, I mean, look at the engravings. They're doing hand engravings.
Yeah, if you look,
Fascinating.
if you go all the way to the last picture, Zippo, you can just on the back. It's amazing. There you go.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
Is there any? So this is a celebratory model, I'd imagine, for an anniversary. I can't remember the beginning of the talk. Was this an anniversary piece? It sounds like it.
Let's see.
This looks like their original factory that they've engraved into the back or
Mhm.
something along the lines. Yeah, it's just nuts.
You've caught us on the hop here, ID guy. See, we're not as genned up on it as NS something is. So
I'm going to have to.
we'll take a bit more time to find this information out for you.
I mean, 600 grand.
Yeah.
It's just what?
But literally, that is a hand engraving of their original factory. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of skill that's one engraver is just doing that.
Of course, back in the 70s, you could have bought the original factory for that money.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But put it into context, I mean, look what people pay for pieces of artwork.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
So it says here the key feature of the movement is the pair of 1-minute tourbillons on the dial. Each is driven independently by its own mainspring, but both are linked by a differential in the center of the dial that averages out the rate of the two.
Okay, so it's very much like a resonance genre in a sense. The two movements counterbalance each other and synchronize that way.
The two tourbillons, in turn, are mounted on a rotating dial plate that makes one revolution every 12 hours, which is why the elongated tourbillon bridge spanning both tourbillons also doubles as the hour hand.
Jeez, that's even more crazy. That's cool.
Both mainsprings also drive the rotating dial plate,
Okay.
which is why the dial has 3 going trains and the total part count of 738.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I think just as far as technology goes, I mean, it's something else. That I didn't realize that the main hour hand was actually attached onto that central bridge. That's really nice. And the whole segment rotates.
So, for those who thought that, Breguet is not right up there, right? They're not. They are not.
Yeah.
They're they're flexing their horological chops with something like this.
There aren't many companies that are making double tourbillons.
Yeah.
Anything I leave out, Thomas?
No, not at all. I think you had as much knowledge about it as myself.
Again, apologies, everybody. We're muddling along here without NS something. All right, shall we go on to the Hermes?
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second.
Take your time.
it's a very interesting one.
Yeah, isn't it?
Whoa.
This is the
my
Hermes.
What are we looking at here, gents?
RCU.
Minute repeater.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so as an English artist, Alice Shirley has been creating illustrations for Hermes to reproduce on its scarf since 2012, and she's also done designs for wristwatches. And now the Parisian Leatherwoods maker has just revealed her third and most impressive installment for this crossover project with Hermes, which is this watch, the Hermes Arco Pocket Arg minute repeater.
Yes, a pocket watch boasting a minute repeater and a tourbillon.
Jeez.
The
And
ARG.
And it's called ARG.
ARG.
We
Dinosaur, like Dan Tillman says, Jurassic Hermes.
Right.
I love that picture is just grand.
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
named after the sound a Tyrannosaurus Rex presumably made.
Really.
I thought they were marketing to pirates.
Yeah, it sounds more like a pirate would say, but what do we know?
But the actual dial on this thing is stunning.
It's typical Hermes. They make a beautiful dial. That has always been their motif on all the watches they make. Say what you like about the brand making quote unquote fashion watches, but the way they do their dials is very unique. There's some really stylish pieces in the line.
And how much is this one blue shirt? Was it?
Let's see. I didn't get that far yet.
I would imagine about $50.
Oh yeah,
300,000 euros or
No, not bad.
338,000 US dollars. Yeah. It's got a 90-hour power reserve, beats at 3 hertz.
Are you kidding? It's actually a leather mosaic. I thought it was enamel. I thought it was enamel paint. It's actually hand-applied leather.
Hand applied. Yep.
Very cool.
It's 43
Respect.
millimeters, and there's only 2 pieces of these, 2 unique pieces in existence. One is white gold, one is rose gold, respectively, and they're available on request. So it's,
You better
Watch
start.
Habit says that's cheap, and I think I guess in one way people don't generally buy pocket watches. That's one unique selling point about it.
Right.
It is a piece unique. That's okay. It's a good point to mention too.
But I just find it the pictures in the middle there of the artisan, putting individual cabochons in there is just it's amazing.
A lot of work.
Yeah. Cutting and assembling the leather.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I do like
small
that
bits
idea of
leather are fussy to.
yeah.
Yeah, you're the leather working guy.
yeah, it's
Zippo. Doing something this intricate is like
Yeah.
must be unbelievably difficult.
Yes. Would not attempt.
It's actually cutting up tiny bits of leather and
Tiny bits of leather, right? And
Doing them
applying
on.
them.
gluing them on. Yeah. Wow.
Beautiful movement too. Very beautiful movement.
Mm-hmm. And I'm with James. I like the dial.
I think the dial's beautiful. It's just the rest of it.
I prefer the zebra. That's a really nice one at the bottom. If you go to the very bottom of the screen, bottom left, that is nice. So
Yeah.
that's my background,
yeah.
I guess. Makes a bit more sense for me. Yeah, that's cool. Interesting. And Watch Habit asking, when are we talking Rolex 2020 releases?
Been there, done that. Bought the T-shirt already.
Yeah. Habit.
I'm sure it'll slip in somewhere. It's like Freudian, and it always comes up somewhere in the discussion. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
You mean pops up?
Yep, pops up.
All right. Shall we now move on to the PAM? If we're done with the Pocket
Yeah.
Watch.
Limited edition release to mark the opening of the revamped Panerai boutique in Singapore, which, having opened in 2011, is nearly a decade old. And this PAM 1177 has
Right.
red accents, which is a key color to the Singapore national flag, and bears the island's nation's emblem on the case back.
Right. And this is a GMT special edition, as Thomas was saying, 44 mils, 300 meter water resistant. It's running the caliber P9010, beaten at 4 hertz with a 72-hour power reserve.
Did you say P?
I did. You can either get it with calfskin with an additional red rubber strap.
Gotta say, I mean, when you look at what a brand does, just adding accent colors to the watch, don't you find that is just like the epitome of lazy?
Yeah, that's and Rolex is your key,
yeah,
your key culprit.
yeah.
So why
True.
can't Pam jump on the bandwagon?
Yeah.
No. You're asking us if we think that is the epitome of lazy. Really?
Well, true. All right,
No,
I stand corrected.
Clive, you are the professor in that category.
Second most laziest thing.
Yeah.
So this is limited to 100 pieces, and it is $10,200 US dollars.
Ouch.
But if you're a Panaristi, I guess. I mean, I'm not a huge Pam guy, but this is a good looking watch. Would I pay $10,000 for it? No, but it's a good looking watch.
Well, they'll be easy to pick up eventually in a little while.
What do non-branded Luminor GMT go for?
Well, if you're going second hand, a lot cheaper than this.
About $4,000.
Yeah,
That's about right.
Yeah, if anybody in the chat is a Panaristi and has any Pams, please chime in. I know Captain Zed is a big Pam guy. I don't know whether he's here or not. Oh, it's good to see everyone. Dan, Ahmad B, Watch Habit. Hey
That's
guys, good to see you. Sorry, I was haven't said hello to you before. But yeah, I mean, what do you think, Thomas?
yeah. I mean,
you own a Pam, so
I've got a Pam, and I really like Panerai, but they do tend to rinse out a lot of limited editions, and I think they overdo it a bit. To be honest with you, I think they any opportunity to do a limited edition, it's a bit like
a little bit like Omega.
Well,
just a little bit, just a touch.
On the Amiga note, James was just brought up that October the 5th, which is tomorrow, we should find out about the new Snoopy. If you want to tell us a bit about that, James.
Yeah, so I don't know if people will remember, a few months ago there was a release from Amiga, and it was Snoopy sat on top of his little wooden house, and it just said stay tuned, and then underneath it just said October 5th 2020. Whether or not that means that there's a Speedmaster Snoopy going to be released tomorrow, or whether or not we're going to find out information and a release date tomorrow, we don't know. But there is, as far as I'm aware, as of midnight tonight, we should find something out from Amiga for the new Snoopy.
I wonder if it will be a limited edition.
Well, interesting news, nevertheless, isn't it? I mean,
That sounds like sarcasm, Clive.
No.
Was there one more?
There's actually two more. There's one more that NS brought up, and then I actually found something of my own that I liked. So we're going to go to JLC.
Oh, my favorite. This week I was really drooling over these pieces.
So this is the Jaeger-LeCoultre Polaris Mariner Memovox and Mariner Date. So these two watches are let me get down to the notes here.
Boom.
They're basically the same watch. One has the alarm and one just and the date, and the other has just the date. It's 42 millimeters. This is the Memovox. It is 15.63 millimeters tall, made out of stainless steel, the sapphire crystal, 300 meters water resistant, running the caliber 956, which is running at 4 hertz. Has a power reserve of 45 hours. And the Mariner Date is also 42 millimeters. It is 13.92 millimeters tall, so a little thinner. 300 meters, running the caliber 899. Also running at 4 hertz, has a power reserve of 70 hours. And the Mariner Date is 11,100, and the Memovox is 17,600. These are really beautiful watches.
Yeah, they're stunning. But the one aspect that I think was mentioned by a few people was that they undercut by not giving a gold. There's no gold rotors on this model, which is quite a surprise. For the price that the watch is going for, a lot of people feel kind of cheated that they're not getting a gold rotor, because that's always been the symbol of the 1,000 hours of JLC and what they do.
Correct. It's a tungsten rotor, which I can completely disagree. I agree with you that if you're paying that kind of money, you should have a gold rotor.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what makes the watch even more special.
Right.
But it is a beautiful thing. I think they did an excellent job. Having a Memovox compressor style case and
it's win-win. I mean, you get a beautiful looking watch. It's classic. It's stylish.
The loom is fantastic.
You get 70% of the fun of a minute repeater with a Memovox alarm.
Yeah, that's the big issue.
They're fascinating, aren't they, Memovoxes? I think
they really are.
Yeah,
and the idea of having a Polaris on top of it, you have the inner bezel to work as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound of this, I don't know if you've watched the Watch Advisor video, but the chime of the Memovox, it's unlike any kind of Vulcan cricket sound. It's a full-on bell ring. It's amazing.
Right. It's as close as you're going to get to a minute repeater sound for a fraction of the price. I just love this watch.
Me too.
Yeah. It really is.
As everybody knows, I'm a sucker for a blue dial, but this watch is it's stunning. It's well proportioned. It's very symmetrical.
They do some really neat things. Like the second hand has a loomed orange accent to it, which you actually see that in the dark. Giza just mentioned, love how they brought back that colored crown lock indicator. So once the crown is opened, you notice there's an orange highlight there telling you that you're unsafe. The crown's not screwed down. Right. Small little touches like that. It's a really good video. Highly suggest watching that Watch Advisor video and seeing the watch in action, because they do some special stuff. I mean, the bracelet, everything's good. One issue is the thickness. I think the watch is like 17 mils thick or something. It's a monster, sadly.
Yeah. So, just say good morning to Bud.
Yes, good morning, Bud. Good morning, Rajiv. Good to see you guys. Ahmad. But I like this watch a lot.
Yeah, great job. It really is good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just killer. But yeah, it's a big watch. No question about it. It's over 15.5 millimeters tall, so it's pretty chunky. Okay, why don't we go on to the last one? This is one that just caught my eye, and I don't know why, but I just fell in love with it, and it's going to be released fairly soon. I just love the way this thing looks. I know it's not the the fanciest watch. It's not the
style.
Yeah, it looks like a vintage chronograph.
Looks like a Longines.
No, I fell in love with the dial, the styling, the blued hands. It's nothing special, and this is a Swatch Group brand. It's 42 millimeters with 21 millimeter lugs. It's 13.9 millimeters tall.
Sertina.
Exactly. It's got 100-meter water resistant. It's a bi-compact, and as far as chronographs,
that looks nice.
Those batons look really good.
Don't they look? Aren't those hands and just everything about this?
Cursive font. Yeah.
Yeah, I just fell in love with it.
And saying Patek Chrono, I also thought it had that kind of impression of being a very, very similar to a vintage Patek Chrono in a way. Yeah, it looks good.
It's got the curved hands. It's running an ETA movement, but hey, for what is it? It's $1,800, but $1,900.
Oh,
that's not bad.
No, not at all. How many millimeters and how thick is it?
It is 42 millimeters.
Okay.
So it was 13.9 tall.
Not
so
bad.
just
Not
under
bad at
14.
all.
No.
Looks like James is joining us in the chat. I think we need to send him a link if you'd like to get on with us and join.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So it's an automatic.
Oh wow! Is that the vintage next to it? That is really nice. Seeing those two. Is that the original reference on the left hand side?
Let me see. Let me go down. Creatine stuff. I believe so. Yes.
Wow. Not bad. You can see how these brands, it's amazing. I'm really enjoying this reissue series that brands are doing.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I mean, it's a point we can discuss on its own about whether or not these brands are kind of creatively bankrupt, or the fact that they just think that there's so much potential with their old styles that they can bring back.
Right. The other thing I like about this is that it is it has a telemeter on it.
Yeah.
So that the next time you're in an artillery barrage, you can judge the distance of the guns.
Yeah, like practicality wise, the pulsometer is probably the best, then the telemeter,
Right.
then the tachymeter on the scale.
Exactly. So this is simple, and I just, like I said, I fell in love with it. It's just really nice.
It is slick. Yeah. The question is, what do we bring up next? Should we all bring up watches that we've been looking at, maybe as a theme?
Let's see what
Thomas has in mind. Whatever
Thomas,
else.
what do you got?
Well, I
Thomas.
was to our theme. I know. I remember you wanted to maybe bring up the topic of hype watches, didn't you?
Well, that would have been a cool thought. I mean, it's been on my mind for a long time, and the video yesterday was just a ramble of sorts. There was nothing like solid behind it. But I mean, yeah, if you like, it'll be a lot of fun. We can definitely go deep into the subject if you like.
Sure.
Yeah, sure thing.
Is James joining us? Have we?
I don't know if he's on here with
The
us.
link's in the chat.
I was going to go on to the topic of watches and cars.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'd rather just sit in the wings and just listen and contribute.
Well, I've lined up a couple of watches that caught my eye recently,
Go
and
for
then they start on the theme of watches and cars.
It's a very divisive point. There's lots of animosity towards that subject, I must say. I've been on the back end of that one before. Oh, sweet. Oh, I love this.
This is just the first one that I saw.
This is the first one. This is the
Awesome.
Autodromo Group B 2 automatic. It's 39 millimeters, 9 millimeters thick. It's 50 meter water resistance. It's a sold out at the moment. This one. This is a Miyota 9015 automatic. And the Group B era, which spanned from 1982 to 1986, was arguably the last romantic era of motorsport, they say. It was a time of unfaltered technical ingenuity, space-age exotic materials, and turbo-boosted horsepower. The Safari takes its name and inspiration from this epic East African safari rallies, as well as the Paris-Dakar rallies of the 80s, which were among the most punishing motorsport events of their time. And the rugged semi-matte green plating gives this version of the Group B's iridescent finish. It shifts from dark grey to almost emerald green, depending on the light. And the green dial is emblazoned with the word Safari in orange. The overall aesthetic speaks to the high-tech design language of the early 80s, with a high-contrast dial inspired by the period rallying tachometer. So
That is so cool.
An integrated bracelet, integrated stainless steel bracelet, titanium and stainless steel bimetallic case construction. And I really like this one.
Love the inspiration too.
Very nice.
Welcome, James.
Oh, hey, James.
Hello, ID guy. Blue shirt.
Howdy, James.
Showcase James.
How you doing?
Rancher.
Sure.
Who am I missing? And Chris, of course.
Hello, sir.
Sorry I'm late to the show, guys. I fell asleep.
On a Sunday. How dare you on a Sunday?
I have that effect on people.
No, I just had a big day today.
I'm not going to go any further, but it's not you.
Are you okay, James? Are you feeling okay? Rested?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling okay. I just had a big day when I just started to try some exercise today, and it knocked me out a bit. So
I can imagine.
Which is unusual because it's only early this time. Usually our streams are very late with you ID guys, so this is an early stream in terms of Paris time.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So anyway, and also the alarm went, but I missed it.
Yeah, so this one goes for $975, as you can see, and it's
It's great value.
was the first one of the car-themed watches that I was going for with the Paris Dakar Rally.
Very nice. I think the inspiration is more brands should actually, just thinking about it, more brands should take their inspirations from the whole Group B series of the 80s, because those rally cars were just so striking back then. Incorporating that into your aesthetic is a very nice idea, a good approach.
It's got a Porsche design theme to it.
Yeah, it does. Ocean 2000.
And when I see it, I see DeLorean for some reason.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Fully.
DeLorean makes a watch, eh?
Yeah, they do.
And Back to Future make a micro brand watch as well.
Yeah, it's really nice. The color scheme, everything looks. I can't say I see rally on the way it's been done. When you think rally, you think chronographs, you know.
Yeah,
but it is very streamlined for what it is, though. Definitely screams 1980s. Do love that dial. It's very interesting.
Yeah, the next one was another car-themed one. I don't know whether you'll have to search this one via Google. I think.
Not a problem.
It's the Baron's original rotary.
So you're now thinking Werther's original?
Oh, I love Werther's originals. They're gorgeous.
You just reminded me, I've got a pack of photos here.
I'm thinking about candies now.
God, it's amazing. Everybody knows what the Werther's originals are, don't they?
I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not from that time.
Yeah,
you prefer Fisherman's Friends.
Simply the best.
Is that an unofficial plug again?
Yes. Was that a Jewelers on Time? Was that the slogan? I can't remember.
That's right.
God, that was funny. Those were the days. That was when it was true comedy back then. Holy smokes!
Oh, nice!
Wow. I'm not sure that this is the one, but
if you go back to what's on the search screen, I'll just show you. If you go to the video in the middle.
Oh, awesome! Rotary. Okay, I get it now. Makes sense.
Yeah. We can watch this, can't we?
Yeah, cool.
It's just a 1 minute long video. This is a skeletonized style limited production came out in September.
That is bloody fantastic.
The Rotary series of one of Baron's latest creations, a tribute to the Japanese car manufacturer Mazda's.
Yeah, the old rotary engine.
Yeah,
that's bloody fantastic.
Mazda's 100th anniversary of their brand, and they have chosen their iconic rotary engine, the RX series, as the project concept for this time. They studied how the engine runs and took the motions of the engine's rotors and turned it into a display for time, turning the twin rotor system of the engine on it into hours and minutes indicators, while the unique rotary engine rotor running track has also been created into a unique time display.
That is cool.
Eat your heart out, Hublot. This wins.
It's a great looking watch. It really is, isn't it?
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's got a skeletonized style and it's 42 millimeters, 50 meters water resistance, display case back, and uses an ETA 2824 automatic with 1,000 minutes. And I just thought it was quite an interesting looking watch.
And it sells at a reasonable price too.
Let me tell you, if you're old enough and you remember when Mazda came out with the rotary engines, brings back a lot of memories.
Well,
they still are super respected today.
They still are absolutely super respected because they're something that anybody can work on in their garage. The rotary engine, unlike some of the other engines, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're full on. They're such petrol guzzlers. It's a joke. They really chug. That Mazda that we just saw, that Le Mans car, I think it had a quad. It had 4 rotary engines in it.
Did it have a quad?
Yeah, I think it had 4, if I remember right. And it was a monster, absolute monster. I think at the time it was competing against, in the 80s, I would imagine, amazing Mercs. I can't remember the names of them, but I can envisage what they looked like. And the Rotary performed so well. I think it also won. It was the winner of the year when it was brought out.
How much is this, Thomas?
I didn't get a price on this one out. No.
They go for about 20,000 odd Hong Kong dollars.
You're looking at the wrong Rotary now.
You know that is in real money.
Yep, that ain't right.
I'm just my head's not working. Kung Clive,
Try
20,000 Hong Kong
go
dollars.
to that second link. Zippo.
Ask Alexa, Clive.
That's right. Step away. What?
Ask Alexa what 20,000 Hong Kong dollars is in American.
Can you click on that second link?
Siri, convert
This one here?
in Hong Kong to US dollars.
Oh, no, probably not this one.
Try that one, Zippo.
$2,580.61.
That's the watch.
Decent.
Hong Kong?
Yeah, there we go. We have it.
580.
2,700.
Yeah.
There we go.
I must say, I do love the whole idea of the movement aspect, but the dial itself looks very. They could have gone the Ulysses Nardon freak way instead, with the way that.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
This looks a little bit.
This particular company, they have done maybe 3, and they're on their 4th type watch, and they're all very different. They're elegant, they're unique in design, and all their watches have actually made it to the GPH, what they call it, Design Awards.
GPHG.
Cool.
GPHG, yeah. So they are out of Hong Kong, but they are a very, very unique brand. I mean, I think they are a micro brand, in fact. But I think that they're going to be a long-term hitter, and every product they bring to market pre-sold.
Gotta say, I do love that inspiration. Inspiration is key with a lot of these. Whole idea of a rotary engine as the blueprint for a dial is fascinating.
It is.
They've got other watches as well. I mean, they're certainly a brand that I think we'll see more of. Unfortunately, like most Asian brands, their name doesn't endear you to them, and they will, I think you'll see them pop under a different brand at some point. But once again, they're a great quality watch.
Yeah, I agree with you, ID guy, that I like the concept, but they could have executed this a little bit better.
I mean, it would have been a bit neater.
I dig the whole rotary engine thing, but yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
It is a bit, yeah.
You have you have so much potential with that concept. Think about how much you can expand upon it.
It could be refined many times.
It'd be beautiful.
Well, they didn't have ID guy designing the final execution, project management, and of the refinement of the design. They just
I am the pro at doing it, as you can tell by my avatar. You can see how much time and effort goes into these projects of mine.
They had a bunch of sweatshop workers, so to speak, doing it over in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Shame.
So we go from a micro brand to the old hats, the collaborations between cars and watches.
That's really good.
Oh, that'd be very interesting.
I see where you're coming from on that, on the Star Trek communicator, whatever it is thing.
Yeah, we
Tag
go
Hoyer.
What the actual
SLR Mercedes-Benz.
What the?
Is there a brand that's more, related to cars and auto racing more than Tag?
It's
No.
the limited edition, only available if you bought a Mercedes SLR McLaren. Partnership
Wow.
with-
SLR McLaren.
Yeah,
Wow.
this partnership with Mercedes grew from the shared association that Tag and Mercedes had with the McLaren F1 team in the early 2000s.
Giza mentioned it very well. The SLR branding on the bezel, though. Have a look. If you go to the top and you see at the 1 o'clock position.
I mean, a lot of these watches really are horrible.
Tacky as so tacky.
These watches that we're going to be seeing are a case of the good, the bad, and the ugly, or should I say the bad?
Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
The other in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think there's anything positive with that watch. The
No.
dial, the hands, the bezel, the
No.
pusher, nothing. It's just ugly.
What's
Yeah.
with the two crowns on either side?
I was gonna ask about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you have an inset bezel. It looks like you have a compressor style bezel in there that you can use.
Well, that's correct ID, the guy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Stubby little hands.
It's nearly as bad as the watches my wife got sent when she bought a new BMW in LA, and they were BMW watches, and they're made by ICE.
Oh no! Can you imagine buying an S? I mean, the SLR McLaren is a beautiful thing, and you get that, and this comes in a box next to it. You must think to yourself, you're wearing a Rolex or an Amiga or something, and you look at that and go, okay.
Yeah,
Come on, idea, guys.
you
The
throw
thought
that-
counts.
It's a thought that counts. True.
You throw that immediately in the glove box.
Yeah.
Now you give it
give it to your friend.
under the Christmas tree as a gift to somebody, and they think, wow, they're important.
Yeah.
Well,
That's funny.
the next one is another classic collaborator, which was the Panerai Ferrari watch.
The what?
Mhm.
I don't know.
I
Is it a
love the
thing?
Panerai Ferrari watch.
Yeah, in 2005, Ferrari signed a new deal with Panerai to create higher-end watch offerings, so they say. This resulted in Ferrari, engineered by Panerai, efficient Panerai,
I've got this watch. I love it.
and
That's
removed
pretty
them
cool.
many previous offerings. The brand only did limited edition models, and although created and sold by Panerai, the Ferrari models did not feature the iconic brand name on the dial. Instead, Ferrari branding was used, and this meant that instead of a PAM reference, they were given a FER reference. So,
The one name comes to mind when I look at that. I think Hoya Camaro. That looks almost exactly like a Hoya Camaro. That cushion case.
I mean, they did some horrible ones with the yellow dial and red dial.
Gordon Ramsay wears the
Really
yellow
horrible.
dial Panerai in
Oh.
most of his cooking shows.
They make me sick, to be honest with you. When I bought my Panerai in 2011, they had loads left over in the shop because the Panerai partnership ended in 2010.
Right.
They just had loads left over in the shop, which they couldn't get rid of.
And Giza mentioning Aston and JLC Amivox. I mean, that is just the epitome of collaboration exercise. It's so beautiful.
That's coming up, Giza. That's
Awesome. Awesome.
But
Well,
James,
I'm-
you love this watch?
I'm guilty of buying these on discount, and I actually got to say I love this particular watch.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's really nice. I mean,
I've
again,
got the other ones as well, which I don't wear as much. But this particular watch, I have been guilty back in the day when I was a PAM fan of wearing on many occasions.
I'm a Rattrapant too.
To the Grand Prix, to the to racing events. Yeah, I've worn this watch many times.
I'm just surprised more French brands don't do collaborations.
Well, they sort of French are very hard people to turn around and into anything in terms of social media, in terms of anything they do. They're very set in their ways, like a lot of people near you. But I think you'll see that they're starting to.
Well, I heard they were pretty good at collaborating for a few years.
But I'm bummed.
That's a good one.
He's
always
just saying
fun.
the Jean Ferrari Centigraph, the real Ferrari watch.
Oh,
Yeah, how about we take a look at some of the suggestions from the
yeah. Well, I've got quite a lot.
Oh, is that Chris? Hey, Chris.
okay.
There's another Ferrari watch, which is the next one, the Movado Ferrari.
Oh, you kidding me? Movado had a Ferrari watch.
I don't know these things did exist. It's amazing.
Oh,
Movado
I know
signed a
Gerard
40-year
Perregaux had
agreement
one.
with Ferrari to make watches with Ferrari and Scuderia names, as well as use the brand logos. And there's some horrible designs.
Oh,
Wow. Oh, perfection.
You can
Wow.
buy these for $29.95 on James
This is
Shop.
at the same
Good God.
time that, just look at these prices. This is at the same time that Hublot will make you watch the Ferrari name of the high price socket,
Yeah.
while Movado was dealing for the entry.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Ooh, for ladies too.
Classing it
Ladies
right
like an
up.
Italian stain on their wrist.
Hans is in the comments just saying stop capitals.
50% off.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a bargain. Oh, jeez.
Italian.
Who is it with who is it with Bentley? Well, is it Breitling with
Breitling with
Bentley?
Bentley.
Breitling with Bentley. Yep.
I've got that one coming up.
That looks like a real oak on the left. What the hell?
It shows you what these car collaborations can get up to, though, doesn't it? I mean, and how poorly they sell.
Ain't no collaboration. That's just a sticker they put on their dials.
Yeah.
Well, the Breitling Bentley collection is quite interesting because I've actually had a Bentley, and the actual clock inside the car of a Bentley is actually a Breitling.
You won't believe this. You just reminded me of something. The new Aston Martin. I don't know if they're new Aston Martins or if they're slightly older, but they all come with what's the brand? I think it's Bremont. They come with Bremont automatic.
Yeah, Bremont Jaguar.
And it's just a watch. It's just a watch head with a perpetual, and you've got to actually wind the thing in order to use it in the car, and it's just stationary there.
Really?
Well, you might be able to let us know a bit more about the next one, then, James. You might know a bit more about this next one if we go to the next one, which is also a Ferrari one.
Hublot. No, Hublot. No.
You know,
What do we have?
James's brand.
Gerard Perregaux?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Wow, I never knew these things existed.
No,
this also came in a horrible yellow dial as well.
Gerard Perregaux was with Ferrari before it went across to Panerai, and these were Gerard Perregaux had their watches, and they spiffed them up and made them into Ferrari watches, and they are basically top quality Gerard Perregaux watches that they put Ferrari's names onto, and they sell for virtually nothing. So if you want to get a good quality Gerard Perregaux watch, you buy one with Ferrari on it. Look at the prices. I mean, seriously.
I know. It looks like a 50 fathoms Type 20 in one.
And it's not overdone. I mean, you can get a Gerard Perregaux for a couple of grand that you would normally pay 10 or 12 grand for with a Ferrari, because it's got Ferrari written on it. I mean, and you're getting everything to do with a high horology brand, in-house movement, and because it's been plastered with Ferrari, you're getting a high horology timepiece. And realistically, it hasn't got Ferrari written all over it. It's got a bit of red splashed on it, or it's black or whatever. I mean, I've got dozens of pieces like this, which I paid a couple of $1,000s for. As you can see, it's not clearly evident it's a Ferrari piece.
I don't hate it. It's not, I think it's not a good watch.
Yeah.
And like we had the discussion the other day, Clive, Harry Winston. This is a piece which is made by a brand that puts out 3,500, 4,000 watches per year. I mean, this is the real deal. I'm biased.
Quite a good price there, as you can see, for a second-hand version.
And you'll find if you go on Chrono or you talk to the grey market ADs who will say they're a great piece, but they'll still sell them to you for $2,500. I mean, I picked up a black version just recently for $2,500 off an American dealer. It's a YouTuber as well, and it is a beautiful piece of horology.
Well, they'll probably drive it over to your house as well.
Sorry?
They'll probably drive it over to your house as well.
Yeah, to get rid of it.
Get a package deal. That's great.
Well, you'll get a package deal because nobody's buying them. I mean, you got especially the Gerard Perregaux squares. I mean, there's so many of them in the market. It's just unbelievable. If you like squares or rectangles, mean, they're like $1,500. I mean, and they are beautiful watches. I mean, once again, I'm biased, but once again, I say, people want a world timer. We can get a world timer Patek, or we can get a world timer for between $3,000 and $5,000. At least sell for $35,000 in all titanium, for 40 mil piece. That is just a wonderful watch. Forget having a GMT, and you'll wear it every time you go on a business trip. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not
Value for money.
It's just the way it is.
So we'll go from Ferrari to Audi Sport.
Oh dear, what do we have? Please don't disappoint me, Audi.
I think this is the one that I want my brother to get. I think
This is the one that Zippo mentioned.
Oh, it's an Oris.
It's an Oris, isn't it?
Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm a bit happier now. I own an Oris, so I
know the watch. It's really nice.
And hey, looks like a Carrera.
So this was launched to celebrate the partnership between Oris and Audi Sport from 2014 to 2016. And Oris was the official watch partner of the Audi Sport teams taking part in the FIA World Endurance Championships, German Touring Car Championships, and was part of the Audi Sport Le Mans 24-hour winning team in June 2014. This is a silver dial 44mm. It's got a Celita 500 in it, and it's got the Oris red rotor on the back. It's £2,750, and there's a limited edition of 2,000.
Yeah, nice looking piece. And applied numerals by the looks of things, eh?
Mm-hmm. And you'll pick up this piece you'll pick up this exact piece brand new on the market for about $800 US now.
Jeez.
Go ahead.
And it is a very nice watch. And a Celita 500, for those of you who do like movements, is a very, very classy movement.
What I really want to see is Oris collaborate with Aldi's.
Well,
yeah, that one.
They would call it Oral.
Not bad. It's very, very understated, I must say. It would have been nicer actually if they used the Audi typeface, the Audi font on the numerals. I don't know if you've seen them before, but they're very squared off. I think they might have made it a little bit more vibrant.
I think they've got another watch ID guy that actually where they may have done that.
Okay.
In a more basic form, Oris with a watch.
Yeah, they have got another watch. We can go on to another Oris next if you want.
Sure. Let's do it.
Another Oris
Williams.
One.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
we'll have to bow our heads for Williams.
Williams Formula One team.
Partnered
in 2003. Collection of the team. This was launched in 2015 to bring speed, power, and technology of a Williams race car to a wristwatch. What they say. And there's several different versions. If you scroll down, the nicest looking version is
I like that last one.
Just below there. I like just below. If you go to there on the.
Oh yes, on the far right.
The Browns. There you go, the Browns, and then the orange hands.
Gotta love them orange hands. I'm sure Orange Hand must be happy.
Is Orange Hand in the chat?
Yes, he is. I think I saw him earlier. Yeah, these are cool. The Chronoris is a very stylish piece.
And these watches, once again, were going out very cheaply recently. They were dropping them out very cheap.
Yeah, it's amazing how easy you can pick up Orises on the grey. It's so cool. I mean, this little 65 that I picked up, it was theft. I was quite sorry for the guy. It's fantastic. It's a really cool brand. I dig them. I really enjoy their stuff.
Yeah, I think Oris is a great cool brand for people to jump into. But a lot of fake Orises. I mean, Bruce Williams, he went and got an Oris to review for his channel, and it was a fake Oris, and even he, as a watch reviewer,
remember it was that Aquas, a green Aquas, yeah. That's
and
nuts.
he checked it over and everything. I mean, Who's going to bother to do it? I mean,
I
talking
know.
about a fake RS.
Right.
I mean,
You're really scraping the bottom of the barrel there, bud.
Yeah. Oh, you're really bored.
Yeah.
You know.
seriously. And he paid like 800 for it or
Yeah.
600 for it US. I mean, you really are.
Now,
This
which
looks
company,
so cool.
which
Well,
company would be most likely to do a collaboration with NASCAR?
Hmm.
Oh, don't know, Clive. Tell us.
I'm not sure.
Hoya. Maybe. Tag Hoya?
Possibly.
But I mean, the watch lounge saying that Oris is one brand he doesn't mind is picking up grey market because the Solita movement is easy for anyone to service.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. And they're workhorses. They're great. I love that layout. I think the silver, I mean, that with a mesh bracelet. I don't know so much about the beads of rice. I think just a standard, very standard mesh bracelet would look slick on this.
Yeah, that standard, Chronoris, that's a good looking watch.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a very good looking watch.
The watch lounge is saying there's a lot of Franken Orises out of India as well.
That's
Franken
true.
Oris.
Who knew?
Franken
Yeah,
Oris.
Franken Oris,
That is so funny. Should be
As
one
opposed
word.
as opposed to Franken Honest.
Yeah, it should be one word.
Isn't it funny how the shark mesh has made a huge comeback since we've seen the release of the Omega
Oh,
James
yeah.
Bond?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. I love a shark mesh bracelet.
Yeah, me too.
As I
Says
wasn't a
the- says
fan
the
of
Doxa
shark
wearer.
mesh until
Mm.
the rice. That's rice bead though. That's
Yeah.
not. That's
Right.
not. That's not shark mesh, really.
Well,
No, it's beads of rice, but
can s-
equally as comfortable.
we can stay with Formula One on the next watch, which is the
IWC.
Tag micro timer
Caliber 11.
Formula One.
Oh, no.
This is the original micro timer. Was a 2002 limited edition name for the micrograph, a reference to the famed Hoya
Nice.
micrograph 1916.
Is this the reversible one?
This digital reinvention was later added to the official catalogue as the microtimer, a rectangular stopwatch with cutting-edge quartz movement for the time accurate to 1,000th of a second. Its reverse floating LCD display and distinctive liquid metal design were significant in its popularity, and the microtimer has been the testbed for some of the brand's most groundbreaking technology, so they say. It offers
Really slick looking piece.
multiple functions and a black screen effect, which was the battery saving function. The Tag were the official timekeepers for the F1 championships in 2002, and the original micrograph won 2002 Best Design Award for the GPHG awards in 2002. But it's an absolute scratch magnet. I had one of these and I sold it. And it's an absolute scratch magnet. It's just.
Geez, 2002. That was when Ferrari was in its golden era. Remember those early years? Like between 99 and 2004, they were just killing it. Schumacher, and that was a topic of serious debate. Nice looking watch.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Very very stealth. I must say it has that.
Yeah.
Has that live and let die James Bond kind of feel around it.
I've got one of these in my collection, but you flip it around and it's analog on one side and digital on the other.
That's really cool.
Tag. That's a good watch.
Yeah.
You taking a nap?
Yeah. Blue shirt didn't mute.
Did I do that?
Yeah, so this is our only digital watch in the lineup today.
It's still you still wear that today.
Yeah, you can, but as I say, it's an absolute scratch magnet. It's quite hard to wear without getting it damaged.
How much did you pay for it, Thomas, when you got it back in
I paid
back then?
about £600 for it second hand.
That was an expensive digital then, wasn't it? Back
It was,
then.
yeah, it was. I got the same money back for it though, but it wasn't worth keeping. I just didn't wear it. I got more into analog watches.
Still, it was very futuristic.
Yeah, I mean that's why I liked it. It had that futuristic look, and I remember a lot of Premier League managers were wearing them at the time, and football managers because they're very
I think
sporty.
from memory, David Coulthard was wearing one. He was the face behind the F1 on this particular watch.
So we can go to the next watch. We can go to Bentley, and we all know which partner goes with that. It's the Breitling for Bentley. Now there's 3 different watches here. This is the Breitling Premier B01 chronograph, and the the world's truly elegant high performance brands on your wrists. So it says the Breitling website. And there's 3 versions of this. So 42mm, 100m water resistant, 13.65 thick. It's got the Breitling B01 movement with the date at 6 o'clock, 70-hour power reserve. And there's 4 watches. There's 4 watches.
They do some good stuff. I must like some of their models.
That is attractive, the one on screen right now.
Yeah, look,
It's a 3 watch.
I love the
racing green at $8,500 for the racing green one. If you scroll down, 2 more models, Zippo.
they've really changed. They've really changed the look of
Very
the
expensive for these ones. $28,000 for the Centenary Limited Edition Rose Gold model, or $10,000 for the Centenary Limited Edition Steel model.
Hey Thomas, could you check your mic real quick? You're going silent on us.
Am I?
And not
Hear
the
me now?
sexy, and not the sexy Cylon.
Yeah, I think you're better now.
I really like what they've done with the leather. I mean, that looks like the seating. It's really clever. Nice idea.
They've really changed the format of the Bentley watches compared to what they were.
Jeepers, back in the day, they were beautiful, weren't they?
Yeah,
Oof.
it's been a very good collaboration. But George Kearns is really turning Bentley around as a company. I mean, I think they're really going to be going. I think they're really going places, and they're going to be a real contender. The service from the boutiques, I mean, and their new marketing strategies, I think Bentley are really going to offer a lot more, especially with the fact they're reducing the sizes of their watches, making them a more unisex brand. I think they've really jumped onto the market early.
Yep.
And by going places, you don't mean Joma Shop and Shop Worn.
Well, they're probably going to end up in all those places and grey market dealers, but as their popularity grows, I guess. But I think people have been very critical of George Kearns for his the moves he's made as the brand, but I think they're probably one of the most proactive watch companies as far as making changes to save the brand as opposed to let the brand just die away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we stick with Breitling and we go from Bentley to motorbikes, and this is the Norton.
Wow.
Stick with the Breitling Premier B01 chronograph, but this is the Norton. This celebrates Breitling's partnership with the epic British motorcycle manufacturer Norton. And
Very nice.
this one's
Actually really nice.
$8,200. And
It's nice to see a brand being adventurous with their numerals.
The distinctive Norton logo engraved on the plate on the left side of the case, and it's an interesting model. Again, it's in that automotive theme.
Yeah, I like it.
And then Hans says between 2 and 3K too high. Yeah, I must say, whenever you put a brand name assigned to they really ramp up the numbers quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hans is right. The price is probably a bit too high, but you probably crunch them for 30% as well.
Yep.
I don't see any pictures of any of the branding on the side. No, on the.
It's probably like a plaque.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, we can stick with motorbikes for the next one.
Sure.
Talking Kawasaki, we're talking Ducati, we're talking
We're talking Harley Davidson, and we're talking
Harvey Jacobson.
Rolex.
You're kidding. Harvey
Really?
Jacobson team up. I didn't know that was a thing.
The Oyster Perpetual 36, the 116000, a 2008
000.
and 2010, features a black dial with inner Harley Davidson orange ring.
I don't know.
I've
Dome
seen this
screw
watch.
circle and Oyster bracelet deployment buckle. This is called the Harley Davidson. This is,
How cool is that? I featured this on a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this now.
And look at the 5. 5 actually has a 0 on it, which is very important. If you look at the full, where it should be.
Yep.
This is a really cool watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Who would have thought that Rolex would have done a deal with Harley Davidson?
Yeah, I didn't believe it when I first heard about it. I thought it was
a
just
conservative company like Rolex.
I mean, I would expect exhaust pipes to come out the side of the case or something, right?
So if you press the button on the side, they pop up. Didn't you know that?
Surely. And what does the rotor sound like? It must be hella noisy.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, their new rotors are very noisy.
I've got to experience this. I can't believe they're as bad as you say. Are they really?
Well, you don't have to take my word for it. There is heaps of people on YouTube saying the same thing. Look, talk to the guys at Clockbait, for example. Talk to Mr. X. That's X. Talk
crazy.
to Jody at Just One More Watch. There's so many people who've got the same experience.
Showcase. Good to have you on, man. Take care.
Yeah, take it easy, James.
Cheers,
Oh,
Showcase.
James,
take
is
care.
you going, James?
Enjoy your dinner. He's having his dinner, yeah. Bon appetit, my friend.
And welcome to Paul, Mr. Verjou.
Yeah,
to see
welcome,
you.
Mr. Valji. Good to see you, my friend. So the next one was the one that's been mentioned was the JLC Amvox 2.
Here we
which
go.
is a collaboration with Aston Martin.
They do such cool stuff. I mean, they're really innovative. The whole crystal function.
Yeah, this is a watch, still
this
very
one from
original
again,
watch
sorry?
with its
JLC.
JLC Aston Martin. This was and still is a very original watch, and it's pivoting case and vertical trigger chronograph. You don't have traditional pushers. You push a sapphire glass at 12 o'clock to start and stop the chronograph, and push it at 6 o'clock to reset it to 0.
Oh dear.
Born in 2006, and the first pieces sold in the same year. Until 2010, JLT released 3,772 Amvox 2s, which all use the same movement, the Caliber 751. So
Might have to readjust.
Didn't have any pushers apart from this. You actually use the screen. The crystal.
Glass.
That's
yeah.
very cool. There's
some beautiful examples of this. The Iron Man skeleton model of this is also just a mind blow. It's ultra thin, and it uses the full setup. It's gorgeous.
That is very cool.
And they did a lot of these. They've got so many different variances of this Amivox Aston Martin collaboration.
I
Is
need
it- does
one
it
of these
still-
in my life?
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, check them out. And are they still together? Is this still a partnership today, or has this been?
No,
Finished
it
now.
ended in 20. I think it's finished in 2010. This one did for
Okay.
the Amvox 2.
I have to find one of these. I love the look.
Yeah, they're still all over the place. Really unique. I mean, apart from getting fingerprints on the crystal.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? That's what microfiber cloth is for, cleaning up the mess.
Yeah.
That is such a cool piece.
Very interesting watch.
Maybe I'm going insane, but to me, the dial makes me think of a Vacheron Qual de Lille.
Yep, sure does.
Mhm.
All those old school models.
Mm.
That is sick. That is really nice. Rose gold does complete it. Ooh.
Yeah, it pops in the rose gold for sure.
Yeah. And as you work the chronograph, so those separate dials would rotate like a date window.
The great thing about these pieces would be that they wouldn't be the highest on resale.
No. But they are respected. They're very well respected.
Well, this model, the Amvox 2, is Tim Mosso's favorite model of the Amvoxes.
Yeah. It's just an amazing complication. I mean, you use the crystal to adjust the thing. I mean, it's so innovative. It's tactile. Who needs pushers nowadays?
Right.
Junkies.
Oh,
Tell you, Clive, you've got a fuse of like 3 seconds. It's incredible how you can just turn it around.
mate, do you have your own form of Amazon or Google?
I swear he has a program open that just does it for him. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they listen to what we're talking about and just pops up suggestions on your screen.
But yeah, this is one of the better watches of the bunch, I think.
Yeah,
I don't use artificial intelligence.
You don't use AI. You use Clive Eye.
Oh, this is an important thing here. The lock unlock. There's actually a mechanical lock that keeps the crystal in place, so that if you touch it, it won't actually start the chrono. It's really cool. I love it. Such a unique feature.
I've not seen anything like this, to be honest.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I'm sure just one quick Google search: JLC Aston Martin, and they're everywhere.
I need one in my life. How many millimeters is it? Will it fit my wrist?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How
I think
big
they're about
is this?
40. I think they're about 40 mils, between 40 and 42, if I remember.
Okay, it's acceptable.
Very cool. Very different.
Yeah,
Have to put it on a bunt strap.
Yeah, that would look cool. Bit of old, bit of new.
So the next partnership was go from Aston Martin to Jaguar.
Jaguar.
I think you've already mentioned ID guy was the Bremont collaboration.
I've got the Bremont.
And Bremont and Jaguar continue their relationship following an overwhelming response to the creation of 6 Bremont chronometers, which completed each of the 6 lightweight E-type sports racing cars built by Jaguar. Due to the overwhelming response, Bremont developed 4 watches dedicated to the road-going E-type Jaguar, which at its 1961 launch was not only the fastest production car in the world, but according to Enzo Ferrari,
the most beautiful.
Yeah.
I'd take the E-type, I'm afraid.
So Bremont's
These watches go very cheap.
Yeah, can imagine.
Yeah, on the second hand, but not so cheap. Brand new. The 3,895 for the Mark III time only, or 7,995 for the Mark I time only. Bremont with the Bremont movement.
These are crazily.
That Mark III is very nice. I do enjoy that.
I got mine out of the Australian distributor called Mad, and they couldn't sell them in Australia, so cause obviously Australians aren't very Jaguar focused, and they just wanted to get rid of them. So I got them obviously at what they sort of paid for them. So
I thought they would have rebranded them to Ute or something like that, and then you would have had them sold really quickly.
To what? Sorry.
To Ute, your Ute vehicles, your utility trucks. Which you guys love down there.
No, they need to rebrand them to Holden or Ford or something.
Yeah, the whole Holdens. Yeah, that's it. Holdens. Yeah.
Well, Holden's no longer, of course. They stopped. They're gone. Ford's gone.
You're kidding me.
No.
As you can see, these ones are, the dial is like a sort of readout in the
cluster, instrument cluster.
It's like a fuel gauge or
just a speedo rev counter. Yeah.
Speedometer, yeah.
Interesting detail about the E-Type Jag was the Dino Ferrari was based on it, and that's many would argue to be one of the prettiest cars that Ferrari ever made. And he based the whole design around the concept of the E-Type Jag as his inspiration. He was that infatuated with the Jag E-Type that he never thought a prettier car was ever made then or since at the time. It's pretty cool.
That's the D-Type there, isn't it?
Oh,
That's not bad.
steering wheel.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it's kind of cool.
Expensive though. I
Yeah,
mean,
expensive.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not anymore. You can probably buy one of those for $1,500.
There are some. I do find some very interesting. The pilot watches. I mean, that Project Possible over there on the right hand side. We just lost.
Yeah.
I don't know how to navigate this stupid website.
Just go to the
I'm not
next-
clicking anything. It's
Yeah,
just,
it's just-
all over.
It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah.
It's trying to quickly show you its range because they're not selling so well.
No, you're
Oh,
clicking on the wrong side of the page.
They force it down your throat. Come back.
just go to the next
Don't
link.
leave yet.
Come back.
Which one are we looking at? You want to see?
The far right. That Project Possible one.
Oh, see,
We'll package you a deal,
you
please.
might have it.
Oh,
I find the design of this one pretty cool. I do like the aesthetic of having the crown there, and they made some marine related model to this, linked to the Navy SEALs, I think. Or not the Navy SEALs, no, it was the just the Royal Marines. I think that's how the line originally started. I don't know the full story, but
What is it with you and Wart's ID guy?
I don't know. I just they find me. It's not that I go looking for them; they always find me somehow.
Hope they don't find you in the wrong areas.
Yeah, hope not. Really hope not. I've been lucky. At this point, so fingers crossed for me, everyone.
so from Bremont and Jaguar with the next link, we go to slightly down market in the watch brand, and still very nice car collaboration.
What do we got?
What?
We go to
BMW
Ward.
nice watches.
well, the
Christopher
car is
Ward.
Christopher Ward and Morgan. The Morgan cars. So the C3 Morgan chronograph. This is £495. This one, or 740 Canadian dollars.
Morgans are nice cars, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're a really
Yeah.
unique car.
This is the 5th collaboration between Morgan Motors and Christopher Ward, and brings vintage motorsport styling together with precision quartz timekeeping. So they say. So this is
Didn't I read
basically.
that Christopher Ward collects Morgan cars?
I don't know, but this is basically a 39mm 10.8 thick Swiss-made Ronda quartz movement. And the C3 Morgan chronograph is an inspired fusion between Swiss watchmaking expertise and classic British design, so they say.
Well,
I don't see the Morgan in that.
they are laying that marketing down thick on this one, aren't they?
My face was full of food. I'm back. I can't say I see much of a Morgan in that at all.
Other than the logo, just the basically, it's like they've just ripped the. It's like putting a mini logo on a watch and saying, "Hey, it's a mini watch."
Yeah, I mean, Morgan with Christopher Ward, as Hans says. I mean, it's a very out of left field. Who would have thought?
It is.
It's crazy how many of these car brands collaborate with these watchmakers. I mean, now we're going to be looking at Land Rover in a second, which is just. And there was mention in the chats about IWC and Mercedes-Benz as a partnership.
And also
So many of
Zenith and Range Rover.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. But then again, Mercedes literally partnered with Chrysler. How picky are they really?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're very.
True.
It's called. I think it's called license agreement. Give me royalties.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because quite often the car manufacturers don't actually do the deals. They have a licensing marketing company that go and construct the deals, and they just take the royalties, and the marketing company in between take their 20% of the action.
I wonder how much it must cost to have the watches actually printed onto the gloves for these drivers. I don't know if you've seen it in Formula One and everything else. When you look at Merck, they actually have a big pilot on the left wrist of the drivers. Must be so weird. Yeah, it must be so weird for them to drive with this graphic of a huge big pilot on the wrist. You should have a look at the decal. Must be kind of strange.
Well, they have an upfront fee, and then they have and if they relate a particular watch or something to it, they have a license agreement where they get a percent. I mean, we've done licensing agreements with many products and brands over the years. Then they have a percentage of sales. So and it's a top line fee. So they agree to a percentage of your sales.
Interesting.
Just like to say hello to 73 Math. Evening.
Welcome.
Okay,
Hey,
Matt.
73.
Hey, 73.
Yeah, so the next one was the Zenith Land Rover collaboration.
There are the gloves. There we
Oh,
go.
there it
Nice.
is. Wow, that is weird.
Imagine how
Very
awkward it must
weird.
be driving the car, having this giant thing sticking out in your face as you're going. It's kind of tacky.
How
just
come
saying.
time is standing still?
Yeah, exactly. You're going that quick.
It's a bit hideous, I'm afraid.
It's very tacky. I mean, look at it. Look at
Wow.
it. Got this huge thing in your face as you drive. I'd be so distracted, honestly. Can you imagine? With the white gloves and you're turning left, and then right. You're turning right, and you see this huge thing in your face.
I mean, I know about the Zenith Range Rover watch, but I didn't know about the gloves.
Now, this is IWC and Merck. This is they're still doing it now. This is their recent partnership.
Take care, Chris.
Yeah,
Watch
take
Lounge is
care, Chris.
leaving us.
Watch Lounge, take it easy, man.
See you later, Chris.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Very.
awkward. I'm keen to see this Defy though. I can't remember the Land Rover Defy. I think they were quite attractive if I remember. Right.
They were very rare as well and very attractive.
Yes, a microblasted titanium case with a rubber strap. It's a limited edition of 250. This Zenith Defy El Primero 21 Land Rover. It's a 44mm grey dial.
That is really nice.
It's a hundredth of a second chronograph movement. It's quite an interesting piece.
It's really nice.
It reminds you of a black Range Rover, doesn't it? I mean, you look at it and you goes, black Range Rover.
I think of the Dakar Rally, actually. That first watch that we looked at earlier gave that same kind of aesthetic off. Very 80s.
Yeah, the Autodromo one.
And it's just a cracking movement. I mean, 100th of a second. That hand, I think that hand takes only a few seconds to, or does it just continually, that main chronograph hand spins like wild on the dial when it's running.
There's actually quite a few watches out there that are actually of the Paris to Peking rally, especially in the vintage world.
Wow. That's almost $15,000 US.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's expensive.
For a rubber strap.
Yeah, rubber.
But once again, when they didn't sell as limited pieces, blue shirt, they went out the door for substantially less, 50% less than that.
Yeah, but they're probably figuring if you buy a Range Rover, you're used to throwing money away.
Yeah.
I must say though, I mean, if you got this and you bought the car, that is a pretty nice gift. Does suit it pretty well. Sure beats that tag we saw earlier. I mean, hell's bells. Anything beats that tag.
Wasn't it? That was awful.
The tag SLR.
That was hideous. I'm sorry.
That almost, yeah. I went full on tiger on us almost.
And I started my collecting in this watch world with my first 11 watches being tagged, and I love them still. But that tag was just
horrendous.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a shame because I have a huge amount of respect for Tag Heuer still. And both Heuer, Carreras, and it's the standard Tag brand. So
I mean, I like this watch a lot. It's good looking.
Yeah, I quite like it.
It looks like a Zenith.
I like Zenith as well, and they're great ones.
This Zenith. It says it oozes Zenith, and it sort of matches up with the Range Rover brand.
It does a very good job. I mean, it looks like a Defy, but it is most definitely a Zenith at the same time. It's great.
So we can go Zenith and Land Rover to Nissan.
I've never seen a Nissan watch.
And Seiko, Grand Seiko.
Grand Seiko.
Wow.
I'm sure you've seen this before. This has been quite a hot topic. It's a crazy looking piece. I mean, it's very interesting.
Mark the 20th anniversary of the Spring Drive and the 50th anniversary of the Nissan GTR. Grand Seiko released this, the SBG C229, in a limited edition of 200. These
very, very
came
cool.
out in 2019 and were $21,000.
Ooh.
Ooh. But it's a full
ouch.
ceramic. It's a full ceramic case.
Full ceramic case.
Spring drive movement.
46.4 millimeters, 16.2 thick.
How big is it?
The stitching up.
46.4 millimeters.
That's a
That's
big
my
boy.
size of watch.
Whoa, that's a monster.
They could at least line the stitching up properly for that price.
Yeah, this watch pays homage to the race car version of the Nissan Skyline GTR, which was available until the end of March this year.
I think they actually called this the
beast of
Gojira.
a car.
This Grand Seiko, they nicknamed the Gojira, I think, as the underlying feature because it's linked to the Skyline.
It's got a ceramic outer case, takes its cues from the well-known blue color of many GTRs, and the inner case is made of titanium. And the sapphire case back showing the movement accuracy of plus minus 0.5 seconds per day. The stopwatch measures elapsed time for up to 12 hours, and 24-hour hand dual time function.
I featured one of these on the show before.
Yeah, I think it's a well designed to match the car. I think it's in the anniversary of the car. I think it's put together really well.
Check out the clusters on the dial. You notice on I think it's the running seconds on the far left. It looks just like your typical, very 70s fair lady layout of how you would see that aesthetic on a dashboard.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm not sure I'd spend 20,000 on it. I think I'd rather a Moser, but
Wow.
Yeah, agree. Interesting. It's the most avant-garde that I think Grand Seiko's ever gone with their watches before, so it's worth commending for that reason.
It's a great looking case. I think they've done a good job in the way they've constructed it. And it matches. They haven't missed the mark in terms of what they're trying to achieve.
Bit of a discombobulating dial, though, isn't it?
It is.
It's very busy. I mean, there's a spring drive reserve at the bottom of it. You can see on the offset there. Two sub-dials on the far left, on the far right. It looks like a GMT hand or a 24-hour hand that actually runs.
24-hour hand, I think, yeah.
It's a little bit hectic. Gone a little bit nuts with all the details.
But I think that for the market they're directing it at, that's what they like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
It's not pleasing to our eyes, but I mean that market they would have sold out. I would have thought in no time.
Liz says still squeezed in the power reserve. They have to. They have to squeeze it in somehow, even if it just looks wrong.
I've got to have it for that model. The spring
just
drive.
Shove it in there. Everyone has to see that reserve. What a laugh. Yeah, cool watch, must say.
It is cool.
The case is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, ceramic case.
Interesting.
What is coming up next? A Maserati.
Something a bit more familiar in an Octo Finissimo, but partnered with Maserati in 2014.
What?
Wow,
What?
no, I never heard that.
Neither have I, and I'm into octos.
What the?
The 41.5 millimeters. This is a limited to 1,914.
How do you really feel, ID guy?
This is a 10,750 euros, and it's
This is a bargain basement price. I would imagine it's an AD.
automatic with incorporated chronograph tachymeter bezel, handmade Champalive technique dial with enameled in, which was enameled in blue and white, released in 2014, which was the Maserati Centennial and Bulgari's 130th anniversary, and they collaborated to celebrate with a sportish watch available in 119 and 14 pieces to celebrate the year Maserati was founded.
I gotta tell you, I gotta say that trident on the chronograph hand and the tachymeter bezel just doesn't do it.
They can dress that watch up for all the words they want. It won't improve the look, I'm afraid.
Oh, it just doesn't work, man. Oh.
But for a couple of $1,000, I would put it in the collection.
Yeah.
It's more of a Vulgari.
A Vulgari, yes. It's nearly as lame as some of the Maserati cars.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
Trident. I think that Trident was the thing that had stood out to me, and I thought, oh no, don't
it's
do it.
interesting to see which ones of these watches are just to cash in. You know, which ones are just to cash in, and which ones are aimed at
An enthusiast.
people with lots of money who want to really splash out and show off. And they've got a couple of those coming up soon.
Yeah.
Well,
I
if
agree.
one of my mates turned up that in their wrist, I would
Mm.
they would be experiencing what ID guy experienced on his show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
The
Full on.
tachymeter on the bezel works for the Speedy and works for the Daytona. It does not work for this watch at all.
Exactly, Bruce.
They could have improved it with just putting the tachymeter inside the dial.
Correct.
Maybe. And
Correct.
Something else. This is too much.
And that strap looks so AliExpress.
No,
That's all CAD rendering, by the way. This is most definitely a digital render. As you could,
Well,
the person,
that CAD rendering is just
Yeah,
like
the person behind those
he did
textures, he's probably fired by now, I'd imagine.
well,
that looks absolutely.
It's a bit tacky, yeah.
no, the tachymeter is used to determine how tacky this watch is.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
absolutely. Clive.
That's very good, Clive. Very good.
But check out the movement, and you can't even see the movement behind the glass back. That's funny.
And they've dressed it so well, and you're not even.
You can't even see it. I never
What's
understand.
the point?
I mean, we think of Omega as a brand that does this all the time with their bloody sapphire crystals. They'll put all sorts of print all over the thing, and you can't see the damn movement underneath.
Only people get to see it's the watchmaker when you
Yeah.
send them for service.
Yeah, it's nuts. Oh, that's funny.
Well, we're getting to the realm of stupid money now. And, really stupid money.
I thought we did
Hey,
that when we
hey
had
Thomas, what were you drinking at the time when you found all this stuff?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Were you
Gin and
planting
tonic.
some magic mushrooms in your garden in the backyard or something? Or-
Daiquiris, we're talking vodka, we're
Where
talking.
did you see this watch?
This is worse than the overpriced Brumonts.
You're kidding
Yeah,
me.
Oh my God, we're having a hallucinogenic effect now.
Roger Dubuis in Lamborghini. If you want to scroll down and look at these watches,
Oh boy.
You don't want to look at this for a while.
Yeah, scroll down. If you just scroll down and look
Can't be
at
that
these.
bad. It can't be that
Start
bad.
having seizures.
Are you
not
sure?
Oh.
Oh, look at the prices on them.
Roger Debris.
Look at the prices on them.
Oh no, man.
Phil Sanders had one of these the other
188
day.
188,000 Swiss francs.
Wow. Wow.
Let's
You know
have
what- you know what I
go
think?
one each,
As-
and Clivis is paying with his
Mr.
shoe
Valju-
boxes from under his bed.
Mr. Valju says, Adi I love it when you tell us how you feel. The first thing that came to mind was micro brand when I saw this. Like
So these have a
Spider-
multi-layer carbon skeleton case. The only timepiece on the market to be 100% skeletonized from the case to the movement. The skeleton double sprung balances.
How do you read the time?
with
How do
a
you read the
90
time?
90% angle linked to
you don't read the time. That's the point.
differential.
It's a show off, and it looks like something you buy off AliExpress.
Yikes! It just doesn't, man. How can you tell that's Lamborghini? I mean, the engine cover, I guess. Is there a close up that we can have a look at? I don't know if there is. Is that
The
a double
engine-
Scorpion?
The engine of the watch is the Duotour, the exclusive Roger Dubuis movement, they say.
It's
It's
just
a double
one of
champion.
Answer's bloody Richard Meals again.
I don't know which would compete for the prettier side of things. You can't read the
It's
time
a
at
close,
all. Close,
it's a
very
close
close
call.
call. Yeah, very. I do like the double tourbillon, but why is it offset like that? It should be centered. That's
Right.
beautiful.
Rogers Debris.
Exactly.
It's a
For the price of that watch, you could buy a really nice house in the flyover states.
Or a Richard Mille. Because we all aspire to own a Richard
Oh,
Mille.
look at that one. 207,000 Swiss francs.
Oh, a mere bag of shekels.
It's easy.
You,
Easy
you
money.
wouldn't get 20. You wouldn't get 20,000 out of me on the pre-owned market for one of these.
Do they sponsor Lamborghini? I'm guessing they probably sponsor it for like the Blancpain challenge that they have. I don't know what else. How is this assigned to the Lamborghini name? Anyway, doesn't matter.
If they give you this watch with the car, I'd give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the
absolutely.
same way.
But it's just so what sort of market are these? What market are these watches aimed at? I mean,
Richard Mille market. This is exactly the same.
I
group of
guess,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is aimed at people like producer Michael that want to be way out there.
Yeah, basically. You have to-
Jacob and Co type people.
So what is it? Forged carbon, I'm guessing? They have all these experimental
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
It's really not all that excessive when you think about the process. But yeah, I mean,
Seriously, looks like it came with a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does.
it's the kind of thing that I would wear like in the 90s as a kid with my bright colored shoes, and it would dispense sweets as well. You know?
Okay, ID guy, did your school bus, did it have more than 2 axles?
No, I walk to school. In Africa, you don't get buses. You walk to school, Fred, with bare feet.
Mr. Valju is
Birkins.
That's a bit better. I kind of like the symmetry there. What the
we
hell?
still can't read the time on the Mac.
200K.
That's
Still
what
can't
I'm
read the-
saying.
Yeah.
I can't read the time on the damn thing.
You know,
Yeah.
those just they look like air intakes. That's the concept of those big vent things.
Big bits of carbon that you put on your wrist, aren't they?
Hey, that's nice. I do really like those grills though. I find that pretty cool. Can I just say that?
Sure.
Do you know
Give me
that?
a HYT, thanks.
Do you know this?
Well, we were saying that these are the kind of things producer Michael would buy, and
Right.
we'll go straight next to a producer Michael brand, which is
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Jacob and Co.
I love Jacob and Co. My favorite.
Oh my god.
Jacob and Co. This is a Jacob and Co.
50% off from the moment you walk out the door.
This
Yeah.
is a Jacob and Co. Bugatti collaboration.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
seen that.
$689,000 and it's hideous.
Yeah, limited to 18 pieces. This is a power.
Yeah. Sorry, Jacob will make as many as you want while the checks keep coming in.
So it's double flying tribune.
axis sequential high speed tourbillon. Yeah, double triple axis sequential high speed tourbillon. Decimal minute repeater with 2 hammers at 12 o'clock. With a minute repeater as well, this one. And the
Oh,
chronograph,
wow.
and the chronograph function as well. Monopush chronograph.
Please highlight 73 Matt's comment. That's beautiful.
Yeah, the only face a mother could love.
By the way, that's not an editorial comment. I'm refilling my coffee maker. Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Hang on a
But
second.
producer Michael has a bunch of these.
Yeah,
I
he
mean, not
does.
this particular one, but he owns a bunch of Jacob and Co.
Oh yeah, he's his biggest client. He bought one of these as well. They're like $700,000 for this watch.
Wow.
He doesn't even have a what do you call it? A Bugatti.
No. And you have to, in order to wind the watch, you have to crank that little handle on the. It looks so tacky, man. It looks so tacky. Why?
It's like a poker machine, isn't it? Where you got to
Yeah.
go to Vegas and pull
Yeah.
the handle. And
Give it a crank.
he only 18, but he's got only 18 of each, but he's got 26 different models.
Mm-hmm.
It makes
I
coffee
mean, like,
for you too.
serious-
I mean, that's cool. I didn't realize that. That actually has a coffee machine on board. You can hear it.
You gotta love the sound of that extraction, don't you?
So this one, so James, this is 700,000. You say?
Wow.
It's
Watch
600
Habit. Take care, my friend.
Take it easy, watch Habit.
Bye.
Cheers,
See you,
brother.
Watch Habit.
Take care, watch habit. 700,000. This one.
689,000 plus taxes. Yeah.
I'm in an Apache
That-
helicopter now.
That's what the watch on screen sounds like as well, Clive.
Would you give it a wind?
After you
winding.
crank it up.
That's the winding action.
Well, the next watch you can go to is only 300,000 Swiss francs.
Oh, cool.
Only.
Only.
Pennies, boys.
Oh, if
Pennies.
that's the case, Thomas, can you buy me one? I'll give you my address. You can send it.
No problem.
And we go back to Ferrari. This is the LaFerrari and Hublot.
Oh, this is. I've actually worn one of these
These are so
at a Ferrari day, and it is a sick watch, and
yeah. I like it a
takes
lot.
all restraint not to actually buy one, but it doesn't make sense to own one.
Oh, this is the looks like the engine is work. Oh wow, this is kind of
find
cool.
this so inspiring, actually,
Yeah.
from a creative point of view. When you look at just how the watch winds, and you look at the drawings that went into this, the concept drawings behind this look. Absolutely. I would buy this watch just because of how gorgeous the drawings look around this watch.
I've been waiting
If you
for the
have
drop in
300
price so I could buy one, but it just hasn't.
Oh
If
man,
you had 300,000, yeah. I mean, this is 50 numbered pieces. It's PVD coated titanium case. It's a suspended vertical tourbillon, ergonomic time setting system under the case middle on the wrist side. Has a caliber. Well, I won't go into that, but you can only wind the watch with a special
tool,
electric
Special
screwdriver
tool.
tool that comes with the watch.
yeah.
And auto setting
Lose
with this
that tool, God help you.
because of the
Right.
torque. You need to wind the barrels.
Wow.
And it takes, and it's like 100-day. It's like a full on month you wind it for. Hey, like
It's a 50-day power reserve, I think.
Wow.
50-day
Amazing.
power reserve indicated by the anodized black aluminium cylinder.
I mean, say what you
But
like.
this is a serious machine.
Yeah, it's bloody good watchmaking. Say whatever you like about the brand. I think it's so cool. Really interesting.
I just wish one would come for sale at a low price in our future economic bad times.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to have one.
Yeah, I really dig him. There's the
Wow,
tool.
look at that.
That's
Wow.
the tool. It's like literally having your own F1 Formula One paddock.
And that's to wind it, yeah.
so
That's
tacky.
to wind the watch up.
That is so tacky, though.
Can you imagine what they would charge you for that if you lost that thing?
Well,
I'd actually be quite disappointed to have a watch like that and a tool like that. That looks like something that a guy just put together in 5 minutes to go with it.
Squally has
It's the experience of having your own pit.
Yeah,
Paddock crew. I actually hire a guy to actually do it for me.
yeah.
I've got my own crew.
I know. Your own winder.
Squally has but it's a glue gun.
How much is this one, Thomas?
300,000 francs.
Very cheap.
300,000 Swiss francs. Wow.
It
mean,
used
look
to
at
be
that
when it
gun.
first came out. It was 500,000.
That drill is embarrassing. It looks so bad. Sorry, I have to critique it. Why the hell would they make that and then such a gorgeous watch?
Is that guy a dwarf and they're holding it?
That's what I was wondering. I mean, it's,
That drill is not going to fit in my finger very well.
no, literally have to pinch it with 2 fingers to use it.
I'm going to have to use tweezers.
Yeah,
Wow, that is some watch.
yeah, I
Wow.
dig it. It's one of my favorites. Actually, it just doesn't make sense. I can rag on Richard Mille all day, but I dig this.
I've got a similar piece from Hubert, which actually you can actually adjust your hours, give yourself hours back,
Yeah,
and it spreads the hours across the day. So if you want to get 2 hours family time, it actually will spread the hours across the day, and which was a $270,000 watch, which I got for very cheap because nobody wanted them, and it's about the same size as this. But it's nowhere near as cool as this watch. This watch is so cool.
it's so unique. Yeah, really dig it. It's one of my favorites of the show, I think.
Well, the next one was one that Giza pointed out, which was the Parmigiani and Bugatti collaboration.
Mm.
No, I haven't seen this one.
This is our last watch. This is our last one on the cars and watches theme. The most technical watch ever created by Parmigiani, this one.
Validate.
Are you sure you want to look at this watch? I mean, seriously.
No, if you,
sure?
I think if you scroll up, if you just scroll up a second, Zippo, there's a...
What's it called? Type 370.
Whoa.
No, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
the Type... It's the Type 390, the one I was looking at.
Crazy case. I love it. No, not those.
No.
Please, no.
You know, your future king likes Parmigiani.
Hold on,
It's
I'll
a
go
brand
back.
I don't know
I'll go
much
back.
about, to be honest with you.
Clive is a regular Ram brand. He knows him pretty well.
No, I actually prefer
390?
Colgate, but thank you.
Hmm.
Parmigiani basically, you know how FP Journe started.
That's Isippo, that one, the Bugatti Type 390 at the top.
Now that looks like a slot machine.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
look like a slot
Yeah.
machine.
This
How cool is that?
tubular caliber is housed in a cylinder which has series-mounted barrels and tourbillon that emerges from the end of the cylinder. The modular construction of the movement means that it can be from how its housing is just as an can be removed from its housing just as an engine would be removed from a supercar for modifications. So that's how geeky they're getting with it.
Well, you'd be safer putting your money into an actual slot machine.
So this one's 305,000 euros. This one.
Wow.
I like the first one more. Can I be freaking honest?
Yeah. Well, there's 3 different
That's
versions.
the 370. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks a little bit. That is so slick.
Yeah, I think that looks like as slicker than the
Gorgeous.
390.
It's like a modern gondola. It's so Art Deco. I love it.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
This is a brand I've got to learn more about.
Oh, geez, and that's what it looks like. So that's the side. So the side profile is like that, and then on the far right, you've got that huge. I don't understand that huge barrel thing there. Is that the winding?
Yeah.
That's the time telling mechanism. However, how you tell the time, I do not know, but
It's 10, I think. That's peculiar.
Wow.
But that to me, what were they thinking, man?
Thank you.
I so glad.
Nice. Thank you, honey. Wow, $30.
For two.
Perfect. That's awesome.
absolutely bewildering the money they cost. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should call it the slot machine. Oh, it's a coaxial. That's a surprise. I didn't know other brands could use coaxials in their pieces.
Omega probably just didn't care. It's like, whatever.
Whatever.
They're going to sell 5 of them, and it's not like we could sue them for damages.
Exactly.
Right.
That's funny. That's funny. They put coaxial in quotations.
Did you want to segue onto your hype watch topic, ID guy?
Where do we even begin?
Rolex.
Well,
Yeah, we can just jump on the typical watches that we talk about normally, right? In that space.
yeah, I mean, what is a hype watch, and why do we?
I think what's even better from the videos, I love reading the comments because the feedback is just fantastic, and some really good points were made around the subject, why people get into them, and where to even begin. I've got like 120 of them to read through, but as is. Where do we start? What do you think of the theme? I mean, the watch that's on my screen at the moment, that's the epitome of hype, right?
What you mean the Parmigiani Bugatti one?
The tiger fish.
Oh, the tiger fish.
I call it the lying shark.
Yeah, I thought tiger fish was a bit more streamlined because it's a blend of nature and all those natural forces, and it's beautiful. Yeah,
Well, fish correctly, so props for that.
yeah. I took a feather out of your cap for that one. But where do we start with the subject? Did you really want to talk about hype watches on top of this?
Does hype influence popularity? I think you.
But you want to, we could also save it for another day. We're already at 2 hours.
Yeah, we could. I think that could be next week's show, maybe. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
If you want to,
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, everyone, if you can. That'd be
We
great.
appreciate it.
yes,
Yeah.
please like, subscribe,
tell your friends.
tell your friends.
And
whether
what
you
yeah,
like them or hate them.
Even if you don't like them, tell them anyway.
Right. Just tell them anyway.
I'm sorry I missed the start of the show, guys, because I was hoping to chat with also Showcase because he put an interesting video out earlier this week.
But
Oh,
Aragon,
yeah. He had to take
And
off
he
to
got-
get his dinner.
Oh, no,
God, I love that file.
What was it about? I can't watch it because I'm about to start driving.
he was just talking about tool watches.
that narrows it down.
Yeah.
I'll jump on his channel when you guys get a chance next in front of YouTube and have a look for yourselves.
Clive, I don't know if you were here when we were talking about this earlier, but the description underneath Tigerfish on the dial, you know what that is?
Let me look.
A War and Peace novel.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's quite literally War and Peace. It's chapter
Is it
one.
really?
I can read it to you. It's
That's brilliant.
pretty grand. I thought, you know what? Put War and Peace.
I actually need to get my Rocket Loop system out to actually read it.
Oh, it's just a work of art. I'll put another one up next week. I thought
it was very, very clever, but the most redeeming feature was the actual hands. I thought that was super clever.
Yeah, it's very
and
clever.
the replacement of the 12, 3, 6, and 9 with
Yes,
the
with ID
logo.
Yes.
you got to make it as tacky as possible. I mean, that's the whole idea.
No, that was. I thought that was not tacky. I thought that was actually quite genius.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad compared to the rest of it.
It's just gorgeous.
So
I think
again,
we should focus
go
on
ahead.
making the ID logo a regular thing on watches.
I'll do spoofs. Yeah, I've done a good one on a GMT, Pepsi GMT that I'll put up next week. I think I'll have a laugh at.
nice.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Please give us a thumbs up, guys, before you leave. We'd appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah.
all for joining us in the chat. Thank you to James Arthur and to ID Guy and to Clive and Showcase, who was on earlier.
Yes.
Uh,
I really enjoyed this unscripted theme. See how much fun it can be when we just throw ideas around.
well, it's also we
Thomas
want to
put in a lot of. Thomas
Yeah.
organized everything there.
thank you to Thomas as always, and we wish a
Yes,
speedy
Thomas.
recovery to Enna something, who was sorely missed.
And good night to Junior Johnson and to 73 Math to Matt as well. And Mr. Valju.
All the guys, yeah.
Everybody in the chat, thank you so much, and Zippo, thank you as always.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, good night, Zippo. Thanks for making all this possible.
Of
Great
course.
to see everyone in the chat.
All right, take care, guys.
Thanks a lot,
Take
everyone.
care, everyone. Yeah.
Later,
See you
fellas.
next week.
See you guys.
Ciao.